Allahu, 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 Allah.
Assalamu alaikum, Imam Sahab. Wa alaikum salam. How are you? Alhamdulillah. I have a question. I have some money that I got from cashback on credit card. I'm not comfortable in using that because of riba. Can I give this money to any family member for this? Now look, cash back from a credit card is totally permissible. No problem in that. Unless there's no any interest, like you pay yearly fees on a credit card, right? Or late payment, and because of that you're paying interest. Minus that, if you're paying on time, there's no yearly fees, nothing. Cashback is totally fine. It's just like a gift that the company is giving. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can have it for yourself. You can give it to your relative, whatever you want to do. It is okay. There's no any problem in that. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Can a wife's mother and khala, aunt, accompany her husband for umrah or hajj? So in-law and the aunt-in-law, put it that way, we make it easy. So the mother-in-law and the aunt-in-law, can they accompany the son-in-law in umrah and hajj? Since her husband is not mahram to wife's khala, and will that be permissible in given situations? Okay, now remember this. In principle, it is not permissible for a Muslim woman to travel a very distance traveling. That's the law. That is what is the principle is in Islam, okay? Without a husband or a mahram. All right? Now, the aunt-in-law is not mahram. Mother-in-law is, the aunt-in-law is not, right? Now, because of that, it will not be permissible to travel. Remember this. According to majority of the ulama, the condition, the fard, the hajj to be fard, to hajj to be obligatory, for the man and woman is the same. But there is another one condition extra for a woman. That is mahram. If she has everything, she has health, she has wealth, but there is no mahram, hajj is not fard upon that woman, majority of the ulama. It is only Imam Shafi rahimahullah. And remember this, only Imam Shafi with one condition, only for hajj, a woman, if she has everything, she needs to go, she doesn't have any mahram to go, let's say for example, only she can travel with trustable, righteous woman. According to Imam Shafi, only for hajj. Not even for umrah, because umrah is nafil. It is not fard. Okay? That is the only condition that Imam Shafi gives. Other than that, people now misuse this qawl or this school of thought. They misuse it. Oh, okay, you can go anywhere you want to go. That's not how it is. There's certain conditions, but according to Hanafi school of law, Maliki school, majority of, they say no, the woman should not be traveling that far distance. So the aunt-in-law, first of all, she's not a mahram, so it is not permissible to her to travel with the son-in-law, number one, in Islam. Yes, the mother-in-law is a mahram, so she can travel with her son-in-law. There's no any problem in that, for umrah or hajj, or any other travel. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Can a student who is menstruating continue reading the qa'idah that also contains a couple of surahs from the Quran on the back, or should she refrain? So qa'idah, the beginner's book. Before we recite the Quran, there's a beginner's book that is called Qaida. The kids, they learn the Qaida and then they go into the Quran. So for a girl or for a woman who is a girl who has reached that age that she's getting her monthly periods, as we all know, at that stage, for a woman, she cannot touch the Quran, she cannot recite the Quran. Okay? So how about the Qaida, the beginner's book, right? It is totally permissible to read the Qaida or to study the Qaida in those days, because that's not a Quran. And the words, yes, the words and what you learn, it is the Quran, but random words. It is random words. So it is not like the whole ayah or a whole surah. Yes, sometimes what happens in the end of the Qaida, when you're learning, and you come into that much, you advance that much, then in the end of it, there are some different type of books, but there are some that which has surahs in it, so you can train and practice in that. So that should not be read. But other than that, the words and letters and all that, that is totally fine in those days. There's nothing wrong with that. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. How do we draw a distinction between what is the qadr, fate, and what I have a choice about? For my specific example, trying to choose between two different jobs. How much of this is my choice and how much is already decided for me, given my risk is already decided? Now we need to understand qadr, fate. Qadr is actually the knowledge of Allah. It is ilmullah. Okay, because Allah has a knowledge that what going to happen of an individual from the beginning till the end. Now there are some things that cannot change. Our, when are we going to be born? When are we going to die? Where are we going to die? It is all written, right? But there are some things that can change according to your own actions, according to your own efforts. Okay? Now let's say, for example, there's a hadith that says that, to take care and to mend the ties between the relatives, the parents, what happens is that you increase in risk, in provision, your livelihood is barakah in your life and all that. So the more you're going to be good to your relatives, taking care of them, the more good to your parents, that will increase, meaning that it will have barakah in it, you will increase in it, number one. Number two is, the more you're going to make an effort for your risk, Allah will give. This is what it is. So whatever you're getting, that is your qadr. Let's say, for example, an example as two jobs, then you have an option. So Allah is the one who has given you some choice to pick. So which job is better for me? Which is more pure? Which is more halal? Put in that way, right? Which is more better for me and my family? So whatever you choose, so you have that, and then of course you make dua, you make istikhara, all these things, right? Whatever you choose, that is what is written for you. It's very simple as that. We should not overthink, because the more you're going to think, the more the mind will blow up. You cannot come to a conclusion, and it is not good for us as well. As Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, once he was walking and he saw some Sahaba in a gathering, and he said, "What are you guys talking about? What are you talking about?" He said, "We're talking about qadr." So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "This is one of the main reasons that the previous ummah was destroyed because of this. If you go too much into qadr, okay, this and that and all this, and then what will happen? Sometimes you might question things. You might have doubt about things, right? So this, you should not overthink. What we have, let's say we have few options, whether it's marriage related, whether it's business related, whether it's job related, whatever it is, right? You have options. So the best that you're going to choose for yourself, for your family, that is what it is. And then that is written. It's written anyways, because the more you're going to make an effort for provisions, you're going to get, and whatever you're going to get, it is written for you already. It is up to you which thing that you want to choose. That's what it is. It's simple as that. So, فَإِذَا عَزَمْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ. This is what Allah says, right? The one you decide on something, then that's it. Just leave the trust upon Allah. You have the trust. You have to have trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's it. You leave it, you say, you know what, now Allah khair. That's what it is. That's it for today. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله.
Allah